Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone across the spectrum. How's everyone doing tonight? That sounded great, but this is Friday night at MAGFest. How's everyone doing tonight? Fan-damn-tastic. Well, we're going to get started in a little bit, but I just want to go over a few guidelines so we can all have an enjoyable experience. First off, no talking during the show. We want everybody to hear the comedians as clearly as possible. No photography, video recording, or audio recording. This is being live casted on the MAGFest YouTube page, and you can get a recording of it afterwards once it gets posted onto the YouTube page as well. Please turn off your cell phones. If you need to take a call, please take it outside. No heckling the performers. That means no talking to them, no using any sort of noises or anything like that. Just make sure that they have a nice, clean performance unless they're talking directly to you. And if you really have to leave, please try to do so at the end of a comedian set. That way there aren't a lot of interruptions. And here's one hard, that's all I'm saying. This also, the show will be rated PG-13-ish, maybe like PG-15. There will be language. If you have any sort of issues regarding the language or any sort of situations, please just wait a few minutes and there'll be other jokes to come along. And I have just one hard, fast rule. Please laugh and have fun. If it's funny, laugh. If it isn't, chuckle. Anyway, is everybody ready for the show tonight? Let's do this. Welcome to MAGLaughs at Super MAGFest 2019. On tonight's show, we have Noah Houlihan, Laura Prince, Chris Berlick, Joey Purse, Matthew Casella, Derek Williams, and the comedy music of Insane Ian. And now, please welcome the host of MAGLaughs, because he couldn't afford to get an announcer, Farad Muhammad! Thank you so much. That announcer was just devilishly handsome. All right. Alrighty then. Welcome to MAGLaughs 2019. How's everybody doing this evening here? That's fantastic. All right. Now, how many of you, by round of applause, because I can't see a goddamn thing, how many of you are attending your first MAGLaughs? Brilliant. How many of you have attended MAGLaughs before? Okay, great. Well, whether or not you have been here before or this is your first time here, you're about to see a dynamite show, and you're going to be a fantastic audience. I just know it. Okay, so we have the geekiest, smartest, and downright funniest comedians that you'll be seeing this evening here. It's going to be fantastic. So a little bit about myself. My name is Farad. That's spelled F-A-R-D, because screw English. I actually recently found out there's a weight limit on skydiving. It turns out I'm over that limit, so apparently I'm too fat to fall. It's been a pretty eventful year for me. I climbed a mountain. There you go. Thank you so much. It was actually like a paved path up 1/4 of a mile up a mountain, but I'm from Chicago. It's pretty much plains over. Thank you. It's pretty much plains weather over there. I mean, I get tired climbing up the corporate ladder over there, you know. Actually, my girlfriend put me up to this, and she said, and this is true, that I walk through conventions all the time, so I should treat this like I'm walking at MAGFest. And I said, well, first of all, MAGFest is a festival, not a convention. And second of all, that was for the MAGFest people. And second of all, MAGFest is flat. MAGFest doesn't take place in a staircase. Anyway, we actually started out, and there was like this 90-year-old woman with a walking cane that started out at the same time as us, and then she passed us as she was going back down the mountain, and then she passed us again when she was going back up the mountain, telling us that we were halfway there. So it was a bit of a trek, you know, I'll tell you. And the weird thing is that I'm probably going to do it again. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the old saying, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Does anybody know who that was attributed to? Einstein. Albert Einstein, that's right. Noted psychologist Albert Einstein. You know, there are a lot of people out there who don't know what the C means, D equals MC squared, but they tell this one line that was probably a joke during a dinner party of some sort, and they automatically have a master's of psychotherapy. I mean, there are a group of people that do the same thing over and over and expect different results. They're called scientists. It's called experimentation. It's called the scientific method. Scientists like, oh, I don't know, Albert freaking Einstein! Anyway, are you ready for some comedy this evening? Are you ready for some balls to the walls, non-stop, stick to the ribs comedy? That's great. All right. Well, it looks like you're in the right place. So let's get this party started here. Our first comic is one of the founding members of Plus Two Comedy and is the host of Game the Gamer on YouTube and the Stay Doomed podcast. You'll see him on the Geek Out Game Show tomorrow night after the Saturday edition of MAGLaughs. Hey, how about that here? So please welcome Noah Houlihan!
What's up, MAGFest? Yeah! I'm depressed. I have this problem where I'll do something like really small that's stupid, and it'll bother me for the rest of my life. And a friend of mine gave me advice about it recently. He said, whenever one of those things pop into your mind that bothers you, think about how many people actually remember that I did that. And once I realize that no one probably remembers it, I'll feel better. And that gave me a great idea. Not to follow that advice, that's stupid. What I decided to do is anytime I see someone else make a little mistake, I jump out and tell them I'm gonna remember it forever. Oh my God. It is the best. Like I'll go to the mall and I'll see someone walking down the hallway and then they'll stop abruptly, look around and turn the other way, and I'll jump out and be like, you walked past the store you wanted to go to. You look like an idiot. I'm gonna remember this forever. Oh, it's so good. Or I'll go to the movies and I'll wait in line to get my ticket. And I'll wait for that moment where the guy selling the ticket goes, hey, enjoy the movie. And the guy in front of me goes, you too. And I'll jump out and go, he's not seeing the movie. He's at work, you moron. I'm gonna remember this forever. It's been so good. It's been so good. So I've been trying to deal with my depression. So I was told that I should work out more, and because that's where I feel confident. So I got a personal trainer for the first time. And if you don't have a personal trainer, good. What a personal trainer is, it's a guy that's going to convince you that you're going to be out of shape for the rest of your life. So at the end of the month, you give him another $300. And my guy is the best at it. He's amazing. It's like hiring a high school bully. That's really what it is. He yells at me and makes me feel bad. He takes my lunch money, and yet I still hope he thinks I'm cool. So I had a session with him the other day, and he was like, so what do you want to work out? What do you want to do? And I was like, I'm feeling arms. Let's do biceps and triceps. He's like, biceps and triceps? Only a stupid gym mouse wouldn't work out all 3 arm muscles. A gym mouse is someone that goes to the gym all the time but doesn't get bigger, because if they got bigger, they would be a gym rat. So if nothing else, I'm learning new slurs. She's like, you got to work out your forearms. You're being stupid. You're not working out your forearms. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how to work out my forearms. How do you do it? And if you don't know how you do it, what you do is you grab some weights and you do this. Yeah. All right. Done with that set? All right, next exercise. Turn them over. Oh, this is new. This is it. It is the worst exercise ever. Because first off, if you see me doing it, like from behind, all you see is, ah! Come on! 2 more! And secondly, why would I ever need to work out that muscle? Like, what situation am I going to be in where I need that? Where it's just like, hey, what's the matter? Your car door is stuck? Oh, that's open now. Oh, is there a fly bothering you? Ooh, knock that bitch 50 yards, yeah. And then I should have a third example here, because that's how comedy works. But I don't. So let's talk about video games. Have you guys played Far Cry 5? Woo! Any Far Cry people? Not a lot of you, so I'll explain it. Far Cry 5 was decent. Basically, there are this family that have taken over this island, and each family member have a different part of the island. There's John, there's Jacob, and there's Jingleheimer Smith. And basically, the way most Far Cry games work is you do a bunch of side quests until you upset the boss of the level so much that he kidnaps you and drags you to the story. Like, that's what happens. But what's weird is it doesn't matter what the side quest was. Just once you fill up that bar, it's time to go. And I'm just like imagining someone walking up to these bosses every once in a while like, yo, John, did you hear what the Rook did? He just beat a time in a race. What? Bring him to me. I will murder him. Yo, Jacob, did you hear the Rook? He caught a really big fish. I will rain fire down upon him. Hey, Faith, third example. Oh my God, he's dead. I know some of you didn't come to the writing comedy workshop, so just to explain what I'm doing. When you're a good comedian, you're supposed to have 3 examples, and that makes a good joke. Like I did with the personal training joke, and then I did with the Far Cry joke, and now this joke is a 3rd example. So a friend of mine had a baby, which I hate that phrase, had a baby. That implies that there was once a baby and now it's gone and we can go drinking. But he had a baby, and now it's 4, and like a real person now. So I had to meet it, and I should probably stop calling it it. He's like, come meet my son. I was like, all right. And he went, boy, come meet Uncle Noah. And I immediately knew I didn't want to have kids. Because the idea of being this kid's uncle was too much stress for me. I was like, Uncle Noah, I might have to know a magic trick. I got to get out of here. And so I met him, and he was a kid, and he did kid things. And he was like, all right, boy, why don't you go back and play with your toys? And I looked at him, and I was like, did you just call your son boy? He was like, yeah, I've been playing a lot of God of War. And I decided I'm going to raise my son like Kratos raises his. And I thought that was a terrible idea. But later on, we were attacked by monsters, and he immediately started rolling around the room while his son just shot arrows at him. And then he died, and his son had to bring him back to life with a stone. And then he came back to life and looked at his son and went, adequate. I was like, I think that was better than adequate. He shot an arrow and a wolf came out. It was incredible. You guys should play God of War. It's a really good game, and it makes these jokes better. Do you guys? I'm gonna confess something to you guys. I don't like the Uncharted games. Ooh, I felt the air go out of the room. And the thing is, I've played all of them. I just hate them because basically every Uncharted game is the exact same thing. It's really easy platforming. It's just hitting a direction and mashing the X button while Drake gives you exposition about the game. Just every Uncharted game is like, here we go, Sully. We're gonna make it to Drake's tomb soon. We're gonna find all this treasure. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Ah, we made it. And then every game has this scene where they walk in and they're like, here we are. This is the hidden treasure. We're standing somewhere where no man has ever stood for the last 2,000 years. Let's see what's on the other side of this door. Ah, it's 100 guys with machine guns. What do you think? Should we murder all of them? Let's murder all of them. And like, at this point, I care so much about the story that I don't want to play this gun game that comes up. It would be like if in the middle of a movie you really like, if someone jumped out and was like, you have to play dodgeball for 5 minutes. What? But the story's really good. Can I skip it? Nope. Hey, can I get real with you guys? I've known you for like 8 minutes now. I want to get a little real. My cousin Ryan passed away recently. Yeah, he was doing a permadeath run of life. He's my cousin. I can say this. But my cousin passed away, and we went to the funeral, and it was raining, and I'm just like sitting in my car waiting for the service to start, and I got a text that said, the funeral's been canceled. And I was like, we should probably still bury him, right? Like, I know it's raining, but I don't think it should be like, screw it, we'll keep him in the garage. No. And they said, no, we're just not doing it outside, it's in the mausoleum. So I was like, all right, so I go to the mausoleum, and now I'm late, so it's packed, and I have to like shimmy past all these people, and I finally find a comfortable spot, and the priest comes out, and I watch this priest get up and say, Robert was a good man. I don't know if you guys were paying attention. My cousin's name is Ryan, and he said Robert, which means my cousin might not get into heaven on a clerical issue, and that's a problem. And basically, I had to watch this man just be like, yes, Robert was a great man. Robert will never be forgotten. And then it was like, Robert's mother has a few words to say. I was like, I bet Robert's mother has a few words to say. You're getting her son's name wrong on his last party on Earth. And then a woman I didn't recognize stood up. And then I realized I'm at the wrong funeral. So I try to like slip out, and I get to the doorway right on, if any pallbearers would like to step forward, do so now. And then my dumb ass steps out. Like, wait, what are we doing? And then a man guides my hand onto the casket of a man I don't know. And like, I'm in the middle and I'm freaking out, and I just go, I can't do this. And the guy behind me puts a hand on my shoulder and says, it's okay. You have to be strong for Robert. And I'm like, I can't do that. I literally don't know how to be strong for Robert. And then the guy in front of me turned around and went, wait a minute. You're at the wrong funeral, aren't you? I'm going to remember this forever. Guys, that's it for me. My name's Noah Houlihan. Thank you guys so much.
Alrighty, let's keep this comedy train a-chugging along, shall we? Our next comic is... Hey, just keep the chatter down just a bit here. I mean, just anyway. Our next comic is another member of Plus Two Comedy and is the head and lead researcher for the Stay Tuned podcast. She has performed previously at MAGFest with These Guys Are Sick. So please welcome Laura Prince!
mic stand to make it shorter and then take the mic off anyway. So my name is Laura, and I know what flossing is, but I don't know how to do it years old. But it's 2019. Who's hype? This is gonna be our year. Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna come out. Maybe. Guys, I think that I am going to open the case, put the disc in, install the game, and I really think it's gonna be a playable demo with a 2020 release date. I can't believe anymore. These games have been coming out the way my mom used to count when I was getting in trouble. 1, 2, 2.5, 2.8, dream drop distant, what? 3, 65 over 2. Oh, come on. Fine, I'll eat my vegetables, just let the third one come out someday. So Sony does love their remakes. I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts like a lot, and their E3 announcements were just entirely remakes. For instance, they're like, oh, Final Fantasy VII, so that you can relive the grief of Aeris's murder. Kingdom Hearts, so that you can re-buy a game you've already bought for 2 other systems. And Resident Evil 2, so you can relive your crush on Leon and your crushing disappointment that Raccoon City was not actually populated by raccoons. My mom bought it for me originally because she thought it was going to be like a cute animal game. Oh, Raccoon City, it's going to be adorable. But I love watching E3 because I love it. It's a train wreck. You ever just can't look away from something? I mean, like, the gameplay and the trailers are wonderful, but those press conferences, it's always like this same guy that they only let out once a year. And he's clearly not seen sunlight since the last E3. And you kind of get the feeling that they put him in this, like, way too real version of Fear Factor. Alan, your fear is public speaking. Go out in front of this hungry, tired audience that's been waiting for hours and say the following. Kingdom Hearts 3 won't be out in 2019 either, and Waluigi's still not a playable character in Smash. Oh, they throw these people to the wolves and it's hilarious. But like, I love Nintendo. Everybody's really loyal to like their system. And you have, you know, PlayStation has all the exclusives, and Xbox has all the power, and PCs multitask, and Nintendo is Hufflepuff. Like, we're not like the best at any one thing, but we're so loyal. And we've got like, half the time we have some like weird controller, like I have the Pokemon Go controller, so I'm just like, yay! I caught an Arcanine. They're putting out another Luigi's Mansion. And the co-op character is going to be Gooigi, Luigi's twin that is made out of slime. This has taught me 2 things. Number 1, Nintendo learned nothing from Bowsette. Number 2, they will go to any length not to make Waluigi a playable character. I love Nintendo. Like, I actually bought and paid for an NES Classic. And if you ever want to know who owns a Raspberry Pi, say you bought an NES Classic. Raspberry Pi gamers are the CrossFit of our world. Like, I get it, it's great, it works for you. Let me just do my thing and just shut up. But I'm having a really bad day because like I'm reading the news. And it's not the news you're thinking of, which is like also horrible. But did you know spiders can fly? Yes. Oh my God, I didn't. And it's like, oh my God, now they're bug type, poison type, and flying type. And yes, I said bug type. Spinarak is a bug type, and he's a spider. And I know what you're thinking. Laura, get a grip, use a grass type. But then I found out how they fly. They fly using electricity. Grass is weak against electricity. Your grass type is doomed, and so are you. So, I had a really awkward holiday. Who had like a great awkward conversation with Grandma this holiday? My grandmother bought me a ring light for streaming that I'd really wanted, and I realized that she had watched the movie Cam on Netflix, and now she thinks she knows what I do. And those jobs are less dissimilar than I would like them to be in a lot of ways. They kind of hinge on how charismatic you are, what kind of equipment you're using, and how willing you are to dress as Bowsette. So I've seen all those memes that talk about how like Disney princesses lied to you. And I kind of can't get into it because like I'm good with animals, I like my hair, I sing well. Anime lied to me. I assumed that by the time that I was 17 years old, my cat would have told me that I was the princess of the moon. I mean, I expected that I would be a magical girl by now, that's all. But like, that's a reality show I want to see. You know how they have reality shows for pretty much every single conceivable occupation? I want to see like America's Next Top Magical Girl. Like, you know, the challenges are best transformation sequence, greatest animal companion. And then like, I was thinking real hard about it and I realized that like, we have been given this gift already in RuPaul's Drag Race. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I've been playing a lot of like decision-based games, like Your Life is Strange type games, but they've been bleeding into my personal life really badly. So now when I have an argument with my boyfriend, I give him 2 impossible choices, and I do not let him walk them back. Did I get bigger, or do I just look fat in this? The first one, Laura will remember this. I guess you could say I've got a telltale heart. And you know what that means, guys? It means that one day, in the middle of a story, I'm just gonna leave, and leave everybody unsatisfied and disappointed. So, I have a lot of friends who are getting married right now. My best friend's getting married. Yeah, good, nobody clap, she's not here. We don't have to pretend we're happy for her. But I've been going to bridal shows with her because I'm her maid of honor. And it's horrible. Just like picture MAGFest without everything that's good about MAGFest. And that's a bridal show. And so we're there, and this woman comes up to my friend and goes, "Good luck on your bridal journey." Okay. Now I'm really disturbed because I am her best friend. My friends. What happens to best friends on journeys? That's right, they die. So I'm already thinking about like, am I gonna have to haul her up a volcano just because some old guy gave her a ring? And now like, my boyfriend's getting ideas. And he was talking and he was like, we should take our relationship to the next level. I was like, ooh, buddy, we don't have the XP for that. And he got very frustrated with me and immediately reconsidered his decision and snapped, "No, I want to give you a ring." And I was touched because ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted to be a Green Lantern. Apparently that's not how it works. Noah was talking about Far Cry 5, and the main thing that sticks out to me about a game like Far Cry 5 is how much lore there is in the game, how much story. And they have 3 like fangs for hire. It's these 3 animals that you can make your friends. And each one of these animals has more backstory than the entirety of the first 3 Super Mario games. And I think we might be digging just a little too deep here, kids. So, who here will admit to playing a hacked game? For those of you who might not know what that is a game that that just can't possibly exist, like My Little Pony for Sega Genesis, or Pokemon Pink, so that you can use Jigglypuff as a starter. How can you ever have read a creepypasta and think playing one of these games is a good idea? Like, you never really get them from anywhere reputable, so it's just like some guy at a flea market like, yeah, you can buy this. I super messed with it. And you're like, what's the price? What's the price I'm gonna pay for getting Jigglypuff as a starter? Besides the fact that Jigglypuff's not great as a starter, what are you gonna do? Like, Pikachu used Surf, Pikachu drowned. You know, Jigglypuff has fainted, you could have saved her. Your enemy uses an electric flying spider, oh God! And that's what I'm afraid of. And I don't know if the jokes I have just told you make it clear that I was like one of the inside kids growing up. Like, I was one of the kids where they're like, no, Laura, don't go out for recess. You're gonna hurt yourself. So like, interpersonal relationships are difficult. So I only know 2 solutions in adult situations. I learned them from Kirby. You can either, swallow and absorb his power, or spit it in his face and destroy him. My name's Laura Prince, everybody. Let's keep it going.
Laura Prince, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Our next comic is a founder of the Geek Comedy Tour, an avid gamer, and former pet rat owner. He's performed comedy on the East and West Coast and is a noted bar quiz host. So could you please welcome Chris Barlick!
Okay, my putting former rat owner in my description was the most autistic thing I could have done. I'm just putting that out there. I took a really long, hard look in the mirror before I came out here tonight, you guys, and I realized one thing. I realized that I look like Peter Parker if he was bitten by an ordinary spider. That's where we are. There's no powers or strength or abilities. There's just me waiting for puberty to finish. I'd like that to happen. I do have some good news, you guys. I got cast for a porn movie recently. That's creepy on your end, too. No, but the thing is, like, I don't know if this porn movie is going to make me a porn star or just a porn character actor. Because I read the script, and in the script it has me going up to the house of this extremely beautiful woman. I knock on the door. She opens the door. She's wearing next to nothing. I say hi. I walk past her. I sit down at this desk. I clear all of this malware off of her computer. And as I walk out, I high-five the good-looking guy who's coming in to have sex with her. You are more handsome, sir, and I acknowledge that point. I've been playing a lot more Pokemon Go recently, ladies. I've just been walking around, mile after mile, block after block, and I still can't find my father's love. So I think it's an in-app purchase, and I need $4. I do have something kind of special to share with you guys. I found this online and I bought it. It's Trump's original inauguration address, but it just says Hail Hydra, so I don't know what to make of that. You know, I love video games, but I feel like there are times that video games sort of turn me into a little bit of a jerk. Like whenever somebody that I know reproduces on Facebook, like whenever someone posts like, oh, we just had a baby, Angela Davis Lee, she's 9 pounds, 6 ounces, she arrived into the world, and there's like 600 wonderful, supportive comments like, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's an angel. I just type in, yeah, congratulations on the expansion pack. Good, you guys ran out of things to talk about. You decided to pick the nightmare difficulty level. Let's do this. The weird thing is, like, I'm getting older and I'm watching my friends like dramatically reproduce. They're having like 3, 4, 5 kids. Like there's at least one vagina in a relationship and someone decided it's an Irish Catholic water slide, so let's do this. And you know, you have all these kids and you have all these dreams for these kids. You want to send them to Harvard, you want to send them to space camp, but there are limited resources. You're not going to be able to send all of those kids everywhere you want. And I think the fairest thing to do is take your 3 or 4 or 5 little kids, put them in the car, drive them out, take them to an old school video arcade, let them get out of the car, let them run over to their favorite video game. Don't give them any quarters, and whichever child can figure out that they're not actually playing the game first, that kid gets to go to college. The rest can enjoy a career at Chipotle. I have a friend, and she's a mother, and she's got a good job and a good life, and she's got a couple kids, but she posted something on Facebook the other day. She posted, oh my God, I just found my 11-year-old son looking at porn online. What do I do, you guys? What do I do? And I was thinking about this. I know exactly what I would do if I found my 11-year-old son or daughter looking at porn online. I would respect their decision. I would put them aside in a room with a computer and a safe space to work in and a 3-page list of tested and functioning adult URLs. And I would make sure that that computer was attached to the slowest functioning dial-up modem I could find. Because my pain from the 90s should be felt by my children. Just the pain and the chafing and the tears and the loneliness and what AOL thought was a web browser, and you were just trying to look at a boob and you were waiting 19 minutes for that to happen. And I just think it had to be worse for girls because it's like another 9 minutes for like any semblance of a penis to sort of appear. And I feel bad for you ladies, and I'll make an R&B love song about it later. I don't know if you guys heard about this. A couple years ago, they were discussing a really cool idea. They were discussing replacing Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill with Harriet Tubman. And I thought this is a really cool idea. You know, I loved the drive of it and the energy and the passion and the art. And I really loved how they were planning on releasing this. They were going to release it in the Deep South first, and it would slowly make its way north. And then you'd find it in the cities more often than not. I'm going to hell. So my dad just survived stage 1 prostate cancer. That's not the punchline. No, and the thing is, like, you know, he had a really rough time of it, but he's okay. And oddly enough, back in the early 2000s, apparently a group of horny European scientists found that men who masturbate 5 or more times per week have like a 33% lower chance of contracting prostate cancer. So I'm just wondering if it's weird that every time I masturbate, I'm just playing Queen's Who Wants to Live Forever off the Highlander soundtrack, and there's a katana next to me, and I'm wearing a trench coat and high tops, and yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yes. I got broken up with recently. Yeah, that doesn't translate into anything good for me. No, and the thing is, like, the way we break up with each other these days, it's pathetic. Nobody breaks up in person anymore. It's like you're dating someone for like 5 or 6 weeks and you're like, oh, everything's going great. And then they disappear off the face of the planet. Like, they don't call you or email you or text you. They ignore the lit road flares you're waving at them from down the hall at their office. They don't care that you wrote their name in gasoline and lit it on fire on their lawn. I can't say fire. And the thing is, what I've been doing recently is I've been watching the old PBS Civil War documentary on Netflix. That's weird. And those people wrote amazing letters to each other, you guys. So what I want to do is I want to start an old-timey breakup letter writing service. And I've got some sample letters, so I wonder if you guys can tell me what you think. Like, here we go. My dearest Emmeline, the war rages on, and though I've lost both legs and an arm, I care not about these things, as I found another, a pole dance class instructor who looks amazing in yoga shorts, wears multiple hipster scarves, and has the most meaningful of tattoos at the small of her back. My dearest Jonathan, I pray that the issue of slavery, which is the only thing the Civil War is about, is resolved quickly. In addition, I have met the most brilliant of auto mechanics. He has a suspended driver's license, multiple neck tattoos. He really wants to fight his father. And the fact that we're both spiritual but not religious will ensure our lasting love for forever to come. Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It binds me to you with mighty chains that nothing short of omnipotence can shatter. Yes, with deepest regrets I inform you that I found another. Your coworker Jessica, who takes and posts far sluttier pictures of herself on Instagram. Okay, I have too much free time on my hands. I do have some other good news, you guys. I got to kiss a girl recently. Yeah! And it was cool. I was at a party, and we got talking, and we started making out, and we got to that great, wonderful, cool, intimate moment where you're running your hand through someone's hair. But that was also the moment where my hand hit this black surgical implant that allowed her to hear. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking, like, what do I make of this? How do I interpret this? What do I take away from this? Another part of my brain was just saying, made out with a cyborg! Oh, yes! Oh my God, if I could high-five my 9-year-old self, I would. We did it, buddy, yeah! Kick that off the bucket list. Next on the attainable life goals, blowjob on the moon. Like I went out like, yes, that's my goal too. I love video games, you guys, and the thing I love about video games is like there's a sense of constant feedback with video games, like you know where you are and where you stand at all times. If possible, I want to bring that in my dating life. Like if I'm on a date, it's going halfway well, we're making out, I don't know what's going to happen next. I want a progress bar floating over her head. And when it reaches a certain point, I want to hear a voice that says, your foreplay has been sufficient. You've gained access to her breasts. And at that moment where she takes her shirt and bra off for the first time, I want to hear the Zelda Secret Unlocked song. Because I've heard that's the sound that breasts make when a bra is removed from them. But you know, like if I am able to seal the deal and make the vaginal miracle happen, like I want the same rewards and feedback that I get in a role-playing game. Like I want the gold, I want the experience points, I want the health potions. And at the peak of her orgasm, I want to hear the Final Fantasy battle victory music. Because I think that's what the female orgasm sounds like. And then there's treasure. All right. All right, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Stick around, got some amazing people coming out. Thank you.
Chris Berlick, ladies and gentlemen. Already. We we've reached the halfway point, so I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow at 9 p.m., there's going to be another edition of MAGLaughs with all new comedians except me. And it's going to include the likes of Tommy Sinbazo, Violet Gray, Chloe Ketchum, Justin McDonald, L.A. Hardy, Brian Preston, Dash Kwiatkowski, and back after popular demand, the music of Sam and Bill. So be sure to check out that show tomorrow at 9 at Panel Room 2. Our next comic coming up to the stage is, show you first. Well, our next comic coming to the stage has been in multiple clubs in the northeastern United States, including Dangerfield and the Broadway Comedy Club in New York City. No. Please welcome Joey Purse.
We got anyone that's really good at math in here? Hey. Thankful for you guys, because if the world was ran by people like me, everything would fucking fail. I was in a math class called arithmetic when I was in college. Now, arithmetic, for those of you that don't know, at my college, it was pretty much first grade level math in college. That's what I was in. Luckily, on the test, we had a take-home final, and the open-ended question said this: Johnny had 5 apples, his friend Mike had 6. Multiply that by 7, divide it by 0.2, flip the reciprocal, multiply that by 5. How many apples do they have? I don't know. I took it home, I asked my stepdad Mookie, because Mookie knows everything. Don't he just sound like he does? I was like, yo, Mookie, you know what this is? An eighth. I was like, that doesn't make sense. He was like, it don't gotta make sense. That's how much weed you gotta smoke to finish the apples they got. I was like, okay. All right, I put that down for lack of a better answer. I turned it in, and when I got the email back from my professor, she was like, Joey, I'm not gonna mark that right or wrong, but I like how you think. Email me when you get the good shit. Okay, guess who passed that? I don't know, I'm the kind of person that you can tell it doesn't have a lot of money, because when I get a lot of money, I do a bunch of stupid shit with it. Like my first refund check I got from college, I blew it on a Versace suit. I bought some Jordans, I had longer hair, I got braids done, and I looked like a fun-sized drug dealer. That was pretty cool. That was like the best week ever. And then when I got here, I remembered that I'm used to not having money, because when I actually walked into my hotel room, I was like, remember, don't touch those Aquafina bottles. They're like the extra $10. I had to tell myself that. I beat my meat with my friends before. I did it. I did it. I didn't know I did it, though. That's the catch. I didn't know what was happening. I was 13 years old. I had my friend Jake and Trent staying over my house. It was late night. Jake's like, Joe, let's watch some porn. We ain't doing nothing. I was like, okay, cool. So I followed his instruction. I never watched porn a day in my life. I put it on the TV. My dad heard it. My dad was pissed. Old school dude came upstairs, furious. Hey, what is y'all doing? And why are y'all beating y'all meats together? Are y'all gay? Like, what's going on? I was like, hold up, Dad. Looked at Jake. I was like, yo, Jake, did you know I was beating my meat? He was like, nah, did you know I was? I was like, no. Looked at Trent. I was like, yo, Trent, did you know we were beating our meats? He was like, nah, but did y'all two know that I was? We were like, no. No, we didn't. I was like, all right, Dad, okay. We didn't know that we were beating our meats together because we didn't look, but you did. So what does that make you? And then he got really upset after that. He was like, you dumbass daddy, slammed the door and left. And I never saw him again. Where my couples at? Where you guys at in here? Yay! Let me talk to you guys, you're the only ones I can see. How long you guys been together?
8 years.
Yo, that's what's up. 8 years. Give them a round of applause. 8 years. That's awesome, man. You know, I realized, because older people used to, when I say older, I mean older than me. Older, just to clarify that. Older people used to tell me when I first got into my relationship that whenever you're youthful in your relationship, you're not really together for too long, little things don't matter. But the more time you put in, the more little things become their everything. Like say you guys are a year in your relationship, you take a sip out of her drink. She's like, oh, you thirsty, baby? You're like, yeah. She's like, all right, drink it all, I don't care. And you're gonna drink it all, fuck it, because fuck her thirst. You're selfish that day. And she's not gonna care because you're only a year in. I've been in my relationship myself for 7 years. And I woke up to this 2 weeks ago. Why the fuck you sleeping with socks on? Because it's cold, that's why. I want to get sick. Now let me ask you guys this. Did you guys get to the side-eye stage yet? You give each other side-eye? He hesitated. That means he did. The side-eye. I love the side-eye. I love it because the side-eye is universal. It's a universal thought that whenever you give it, it means the same thing for everyone. The meaning is, you better not. And that's what I love about it. I saw Kevin Hart's new tour. I was at Kevin Hart's new tour, and one of the performers said, I went there with my girlfriend, one of the performers said, all women want are tall men with muscles. And all the ladies started going crazy. Yes, yes. I was giving my girlfriend the side eye, like, you better not clap at that. Don't clap at that. Yeah, I looked at her, I was like, Aaliyah, if you clap at that, there's gonna be consequences. You ain't getting dick for a week. She looked at me like this. Well, shit, I don't know what to do now because she called my bluff. I didn't mean it, and she told me that my sex was trash. Like that, without saying it. Like that's what that told me. I don't take this out. It's too high. It's too high for my. Oh shit. Too high for my mouth. But yeah, man, me and my girlfriend Aaliyah, we went on this walk earlier this summer. We went on this walk, and it was a track in the middle of the woods. It was a 24-hour event. We were walking there for family members. And now it was dark. There was a mile path, and there was a half-a-mile path. The half-a-mile path was candlelit, and then there was a mile path which was pitch black. And I grabbed the light. There was a headlight. I grabbed it. Aaliyah's like, yo, which path do you want to do? Now, in my head, I was like, you know what? We're going to take the mile path, and this is why. This was my complete thought process. Since she's 100% black, she's gonna die. And since I'm only half black, I'm gonna get injured. So I can do this. That's what I was telling myself. And so we're walking on the mile path, about a quarter of the way through, I turned the light off. She's like, Joey, turn the damn light on before we get fucked up by some owls. I was like, chill out, Aaliyah, because everybody knows that owls don't exist. I had never seen or heard an owl, ever. I don't even know what they sound like. I don't know, that sounds more like a pigeon. I don't know. I don't know. So about halfway through, we hear something in the bushes. I turn the light back on, and we both start running. It's a good thing that we both ran, because if she didn't run, she would have just got left. I wasn't staying. So we were running, and I trip and I fall. I'm upset because I'm like, I'm supposed to live, not die. This isn't the role reversal. My headlight flew off. Now when I looked up, I saw a raccoon standing above my headlight. And I knew the raccoon was about to get something. He was about to do something, because I never saw a human do this expression unless they were excited they were about to get something. This is what the raccoon did to me before he did what he did. Grabbed my light, ran away. I was irritated, furious. We'll talk about crazy people for a minute. Talk about crazy people. It's not working. Let's talk about crazy people for a minute, man. Crazy people bother me because crazy people believe themselves that their craziness is acceptable, it's normal, and it's not. You need to be stopped. Just stop doing it. Like, example, I have a close family friend. She actually was standing in line and left out of a Giant Eagle grocery store. My aunt called her, was like, yo, Kim, if you needed help, all you had to do was ask. You didn't have to steal. She was like, I didn't steal anything. I just got tired of waiting, so I left. You stole. Okay. Now the second example is my grandmother Kim, my Nana Kim. I love my Nana Kim, but she's crazy. My Nana Kim's crazy. She called me, pocket dialed called me earlier this summer, and this is what I heard. She was arguing with another elderly woman, and this is all I heard on my end. You ugly bleep, don't make me come off this porch and beat you to bleep up, you bleep, I'm gonna put you 6 feet under, you bleep, don't make me give myself a heart attack, you bleep, I'm gonna beat you down, you bleep. So I hung up, I just bleeped on her. And you know, I care for my grandmother, so I called her back, because I love her. I was like, yo, Nana Kim, are you okay? Everything all good? She was like, yeah, Joey, why do you ask? I was like, cuz, I'm just wondering why you were censoring yourself when you were arguing. Nobody does that. She was like, well, Joey, this is why. Long story short, because whenever you do bad deeds, God frowns upon it. So when you do bad deeds, it makes you want to do bad things. When I die and I go to heaven, God's going to be like, not today, send me to hell. I'm going to have to look at Lucifer in his face. That is why I bleep myself when I swear. I was like, dang, you a crazy bleep. So don't you call me a bitch again in your fucking life. Where'd the censorship go? Hey guys, that's my time. Thank you. I'm Joey Purse.
Give a big hand for Joey Purse. Absolutely fantastic. Oh. Now rewinding. Hold on one second here. I have the remote control. There you go. Here, yes. There you go. Okay. Anyway. So, are you ready for your stand-up comedy headliner? Fantastic. Alrighty. Our stand-up headliner is one of the funniest comedians from the beaches of Virginia. He's competed and placed first in many comedy contests and festivals, and is open for the likes of Godfrey, Steve-O, and Josh Blue. That's impressive. He's also won a MAGFest own. Please welcome Derek Williams!
Y'all motherfuckers like, man, make me laugh. Stop fucking clapping. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Good to be here. As you can tell by my intro music, it's almost Black History Month. I don't know what that means. I was trying to grow an afro for Black History Month. That shit wasn't going to work out. Because if you look at this, I am bald as shit. Look at this right here. Look at that shit. Look at that. I call my shit the cul-de-sac. Or the U-turn. I mean, let's be honest, if I tried to grow an afro right now, my shit would come out looking like a black neck pillow. It feels good. I'm glad to be here at MAGFest, everybody. How many people, what's the oldest MAGFest you've been to? Which was, anybody? 7. Which one? MAGFest 3, motherfuckers, all right? Yeah. I love coming here, man. I love seeing all the cosplay, and I was there, like, I saw somebody with a receding hairline just like me, but that person had dreadlocks. So the whole weekend, I'm like, the Predator, right? The Predator. I walked up, I was like, are you cosplaying as the Predator? And let me tell you right now, that lady was mad as shit. She was really mad. I love coming to these, man. Last one I went to, they have a cap. It's like 20,000 geeks and nerds show up to MAGFest. A lot of people like to make fun of us and say stupid shit to us, like half the people that showed up got a ride with their mom. Not me, I'm a responsible adult. Gave my mother gas money. Fuck those nerds, okay? Fuck them. Right? And cosplay, I love cosplayers. To me, Cons are never complete until you run into the 600-pound chick dressed up as Wonder Woman. She's there to have fun just like everybody else, getting hit on by guys like me, right? I asked her what her name was. She said, "My name is John." I'm like, "Oh, shit. What are you doing on Friday, John?" "I'm going to be over at MAGLaughs," right? See, I'm doing nerdy jokes. Like, if I do a joke about Nintendo, most of you know what I'm talking about. Probably everybody knows what I'm talking about. Maybe Star Wars or Star Trek, half of you might know what I'm talking about. Maybe a couple of Doctor Who fans spread out in there. But if I do a joke that involves the number 3.141592665, yeah, pi. I know who paid attention in math and science, right over there. And I also know where to buy some crystal meth after the show. I appreciate you coming out here. Appreciate it. Oh, man, it's good to be here. Good to be here. Good to be away from my kids. I know some of you are like, "Oh, that's fucked up." But really, you guys don't realize I have twins. And whenever I tell people that, usually the ladies are like, "Oh, my God, twins. You have twins. Oh, yeah, that's so cool." Guys are like, "Get the fuck away from me. Get away. The power of Christ compels you," like throwing holy water on me. They're like, "Man, if I had twins, man, I couldn't do that." And I'm like, if you do have twins, you do realize you have to keep both of them, right? Because if one's missing, somebody's gonna notice, especially mom. Because those babies, they sit in the womb for like 9 months. The womb is like a little tiny prison. Absolutely no way one of those babies is gonna shank the other one in the womb. Because if it does, shank baby will come out with a teardrop tattoo. I'm not the only one that watches Lockup. Good. I learned how to parent my kids from watching other really shitty parents, because I remember, there's a lot of them out there. None of you. Maybe. But yeah, I remember I used to work at this arcade, and this lady was really upset. She comes up to me, she's like, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me. My son, my special little boy, played your claw machine back there. It picked up a fidget spinner, got all the way to the top, and then dropped it. What's up with that?" And in my mind, I'm thinking, "A fucking loss. You lost, lady. You lost. It happened." She goes, "Sir, that's not fair." And I'm like, "You know what? You're right. That's not fair." I remember I was watching the playoffs. I saw Steph Curry chuck a basketball from one side of the court to the other at the last second. It bounced off the rim, and they still gave him 3 points for it. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "No, bitch." And I just left. Screw that shit. Oh, man. Twin parenting. My daughter's name is Catherine. My son is named after his great-grandfather, Carlton, which is an awesome name unless you have friends who love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Because they always want to teach my son the Carlton dance. I always want to teach my friends to shut the fuck up. I'll teach my kids shit that I love. Everybody here, y'all teach my kids video game stuff, right? I can teach them the old Nintendo cheat code. You all know that shit. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. But then my kids go running off to watch Sesame Street. I'm like, "Guys, Elmo represents good. He's not going to be able to teach you guys how to cheat." So I got you guys this New England Patriots playset right here. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, I did, and I don't give a shit. What's in the box? A ball, but no pump. I guess we're gonna figure that shit out. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, man. My daughter, she's really special. She comes up to me the other day, and she's really upset, and she goes, "Papa, people say the Illuminati's not real, but it's real." I'm like, "Who the fuck kids are you hanging out with? How do you know what the Illuminati is?" My daughter is scared of triangles. The symbol of the Illuminati. So I take advantage of it. Anytime I don't want her to touch something, put a triangle sticker, boom, right on my PlayStation. Here's one for the cookie jar. She gets old enough to date boys. I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, could you put this on your penis? Put this right there. Don't touch it, honey, it's evil." Okay? My daughter's scared of thunder and lightning. Most kids have fears. And my daughter, the other night, it was like thunder and lightning really bad, and she couldn't sleep. It's like almost midnight. I'm trying to get her to go to sleep. What do I do? What do I have to get her to go to sleep? You know, and I think to myself, well, she's half white. What do white parents give their kids to help them go to sleep? Oh, warm milk. That's the one, warm milk. That's okay. So I'm going to give her warm milk. Actually, she's half white, so I give her half a glass of warm milk. But she's also half black. Gave her half a shot of Hennessy. Knocked her right the fuck out. Sleeping like a baby and shitting her pants because she's lactose intolerant. My and my son just got his first stitches recently. He did. Yeah, because he snitched. And, but I took him to the emergency room. You have to do that. You want your kids to live. So my kids show up. This emergency room doctor, he starts checking my son over, and he says, wow, my kids are talking to the doctor. The doctor's like, wow, your kids are really nice. And he starts checking my son over. He says, Mr. Williams, I actually have to take your son's rectal temperature. Takes out a thermometer, licks it. I don't know why he did that. I thought that was weird. Catholic hospital. So anyway, he, it's okay. Half of us are going to hell on Sunday. Well, yeah, he takes the thermometer out, sticks it in, whoop, blah! My son starts crying, but he's a twin, so his sister automatically starts crying. Hey, kids! See what happens when you talk to strangers? That's what happens, you guys. It's called discipline, okay? Oh, man. My kids love my sister. I have a sister, and my sister is a lesbian, everybody, which I figured out a long time ago. Give it up for the LGBTQ community, yeah. Love my sister to death, man. And I figured out she was a lesbian because in high school, we were scheduled to have lunch together all the time. So we would be in the lunchroom, we'd be eating lunch, and most guys, we did this in lunch, we'd be watching your girls, eating your ice cream, because your girls always seem to get that Nutty Buddy, the vanilla cone with the nuts and the chocolate. You girls would get that shit, look right at us and do shit like... teasing us. But not my sister, she never got the Nutty Buddy. She always got the ice cream sandwich, you guys. What's the first thing you do with an ice cream sandwich? You look at the fucking sides, right? Oh my God, this is delicious. Oh, this is so good, right here. Right. Yes, oh, so good. Fisting an ice cream sandwich. One time she took an ice cream sandwich, she broke it in half and started licking both of them at the same time. I was like, you slut. I want to be like you, right? But yeah, my twins love my sister, and my kids like to wake me up in the morning, and they like to try to scare me, do shit to me, like hit me in the head with pillows and shit, run off. But I like to scare my kids back because I grew up watching a lot of cartoons. I'm a big animation fan. I like to scare my kids back by quoting Disney's Aladdin. I go, who disturbs my slumber? And as they run away, I swallow them whole, because that's what happened in the movie Aladdin. Sing me the diamond in the rough. I'll get you, Gadget. It's the same guy. Same guy, Frank Welker. I can't believe it. I just don't believe it. We're never gonna get a hold of that stupid lamp. Just forget it. Look at this. Look at this. I'm so ticked off that I'm molting, which is Aladdin, like I said. I love that movie. That's my favorite. So that's my favorite thing about being able to do voices, is you can make the character say whatever you want. Like, I would see her at a bar, because I'm an adult. You're an adult, right? I hope so. You're an adult. Good. All right, just making sure. Are you doing the laugh? That's you doing the laugh, right? That's, oh, I love her laugh. Give a big round of applause. That's how I know my jokes are working. I love that. I love that. She's like if SpongeBob and Sandy Cheeks had a baby. That's, see, hear that, right? My brother has the worst laugh ever. It's like you can't tell if he's gonna finish the laugh or not. He's all like, that's my brother. That's my brother laughing. Oh my God, so weird. But like I said, I would see her at a bar. I would use my Elmo for evil. Like, I would see her at a bar and be like, Elmo really likes you. Elmo wants to be a friend. Elmo wants to buy you a shot of Fireball. You know. But 10 Fireballs later, I got her at home. I'm like, Elmo says put the lotion on the skin, or else you get the hose again. Elmo really wants to see you make that booty clap. I don't know. That's weird. I made it weird. See, I love that, man. Like, I love Joe Swanson from Family Guy. Peter, it's your neighbor, Joe. You know, I'm in a wheelchair and I can't feel anything from the waist down, but suck my dick. You know, you can make them say whatever. My favorite cartoon character of all time, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh, my favorite. Yellow bear, red shirt. He's always like, oh, bother, I've got a rumbly in my tumbly. Do you have any honey? Or just a smackerel? You know. But I'll take that voice and put him in the movie Pulp Fiction. Make some noise if you've seen Pulp Fiction. But But I like to make him the obscure character of Quentin Tarantino. Remember when Marvin gets shot in the face? And they go to Quentin Tarantino's house, and he's all pissed off. He's like, when you pulled up here, did you notice the sign in the front of my house that says Dead Tigger Storage? You know why you didn't see that sign? Because storing dead tiggers ain't none of my fucking business, you know. It's fun. So, little sad note here, Stan Lee died not too long ago, as you know. Yeah, give me a big round of applause, Stan Lee. He brought everybody together through comic books and movies. He was at the last Comic-Con I went to, and he was, it was like, I was like, man, I can't wait to speak to Stan Lee, it's gonna be awesome. And then I was like, let me see how much it costs to get a photo with, $250 to get a photo with Stan Lee. I was like, fuck that, I got Photoshop. It's like, I'm gonna just do that shit, Jesus Christ. So I go to the thing, we do a show out there, and I'm going back home, and on the way back, I get pulled over by the police, and the cop comes out, because my license, my tags were expired. And then another cop car rolls up, 4 cops out there. Apparently I alerted some First 48 type shit, because there's more cops just kept showing up. And he asks me to get out of the car, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. He's like, do you have any drugs or weapons? And I'm like, no, I don't. You want to step on the side of the curb? I can have us search your car. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And the whole time I'm standing off to the side, I'm standing on the curb and I can't believe these people are trying to charge $250 for a Stan Lee photo op. Like, I had no idea what was going on there. And my girlfriend's really scared that like one day I'm gonna get pulled over and some crazy shit's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna be one of those statistics. You all have heard of the statistics. This shit's crazy, but I figured out a way to get out of being pulled over by the cops, okay? Well, for me anyway. It wasn't for like the other 10 black people that are in here. I'm not making that up. Look, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, okay. Like if this is The Walking Dead and all of the white people were zombies, we're fucked. That's it, we're done, right? But if you get pulled over by the cops, easy thing for me to get out of a ticket is just do a British accent, right? Because there's a lot of black people out there you guys didn't know that were actually British. Morgan from The Walking Dead, British. John Boyega from Star Wars, also British. David Kaluuya from Get Out, he's also British. I was gonna say Black Panther, but there's a lot of black people in Black Panther, and I didn't want any white people to get confused, so I figured I'd narrow it down to 3 black people, and you would have got it. But yeah, if I get pulled over, because cops around here, they try to be all tough. They pull you over, they're like, this is Officer Krupke of the Washington, D.C. Police Department. Do you know why I pulled you over? Flex. And I'll just be like, actually, officer, I'm quite befuddled because I know the speed limit on this particular road is about 45 kilometers an hour. And I was probably doing maybe 46 or 47. I'm not quite sure why you pulled me over. Officer's gonna be like, where are you from? I don't know why I pulled you over. You can go. I love Idris Elba. So anyway, so here's the thing, guys. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here in a second, but I've noticed, if you haven't noticed, do we have any bronies in the house? Bronies? Anybody know what a brony is? Brony? Yeah, I've noticed a shortage of bronies. The only one is sitting right in the front, right? And bronies, here's the thing. These are the ones that I laugh at, sorry. But if you don't know what it is, it's a guy between the ages of 18 and 30 who loved the new My Little Pony show, Friendship is Magic. They love that show. They go to cons, they'll dress up with the characters like the unicorn horns, tails, wings and shit. And I laugh at them, and they know everything about My Little Pony, like all the characters' names, like Twilight Sparkle, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Applejack, Rarity. They know everything. Spike. Actually, I'm sorry, Spike is not a pony. He's a dragon, right? He's a dragon. He's the one that sends the messages from Ponyville to Princess Celestia, who's the ruler of all the ponies, right? Princess Celestia has a sister who was evil in the first episode, but if you watch the whole thing, it's a 2-parter. If you watch the whole thing, at the end of it, her sister becomes good. It gets trying to tell you that people can change. Kind of like if you watch the first 3 seasons, all 39 episodes, Twilight Sparkle, the little leader of the group, she becomes Princess Twilight Sparkles, and she gets wings. So these fucking nerds go to Comic-Con, and they call these men bronies. I'm gonna be honest, when I was a little kid, I would play with my sister's My Little Ponies, and she would just call me a faggot, you guys. I swear to God. I know a lot of people get upset about that word, but I live in Southern Virginia. We have a lot of rednecks around here. We have proud rednecks in the house tonight. Make some noise. A few. Guess Bass Pro Shop is closed. But it's not like any redneck's gonna come up to me after the show and be like, hey man, you were funny as hell, but we don't appreciate your niggers using the word faggot. It's not gonna... Hey guys, that is my time. Thank you very much. My name is Derek Williams. Broke the mic stand.
Big hand for Derek Williams! Okay, we are now at the last performer for the evening. When I first signed up to do MAGLaughs, and the idea of doing comedy music was implemented, there's only one person, well, no, this is the first person, I should say, because we also have another one. This is the first person that I considered bringing onto this show and closing out. And let me just give you all the details here. Originally from Baltimore, but now living the big time in Chicago, his songs run the gamut of nerdy pop culture. His works have been featured on The Onion's AV Club, Wired's Geek Dad, Vulture's Split Cider, and the legendary Dr. Demento's radio show, where he had the #1 song of the year for the year 2015. So please give a warm welcome back to MAGFest for Insane Ian!
My goodness, MAGFest, thank you for that smattering of indifference. I really appreciate that. Yeah, clearly I am cosplaying as the overweight Spider-Man from Enter the Spider-Verse. I'm going to be the DLC in the next Spider-Man game. I'm really excited about that one. Did I win some sort of social media level? Everybody had 1 or 2, and I've just... Yeah, I got the achievement unlocked there, clearly. That's my happy shit. All right, we're going to do a sound check here real quick, because I need to, because I'm the one with all the tech stuff. Can anybody hear this music? This is the second mic from the right. This is what happens when you don't do this ahead of time, kids. Ah, perfect. Yay, there we go. That's good. We're going to take that back for a second. Real quick, clearly, from looking at me, you guys can tell I'm a big hip-hop fan. This is very true, but there's a very specific subset of hip-hop that I really, really love, and it's old-school 90s hip-hop. And it's not just, no, it's 90s hip-hop either. I'm going to get even more subgenre on this. I love the 90s hip-hop that gets very braggadocious. They like talking about themselves. It's very self-referential. And I like the ones that have the call and response. You know the songs I'm talking about. Hip-hop hooray! Oh, hey, yeah, see, okay, they know that one. They know that one. Or getting jiggy with it. Nah, 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 nah. Yeah. Nobody knows the second one. All right, maybe, let's do a little litmus test here. Somebody. That's not hip hop. Come on. But it just shows what you know. So I like those kind of things. So this is going to be a call and response that you guys can participate in. When I say, let's get silly, y'all, you say, let's get silly. Let's try that, shall we? Because I don't trust you. Let's get silly, y'all. Close enough for golf. All right. Cool, we're going to try this again. And I apologize, because it's self-referential. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Let's get silly.
I'm doing my thing, and I'm doing it nerdily. You're asking who is this? Well, maybe you heard of me. The name is Insane Ian, and I'm repping the comedy, bringing you and your mama the verbal lobotomy. Did I stammer? Did I stutter? Do I sound like all the others? I'm macking on your mother while I'm eating Nutter Butters, getting crunk in the basement. I'll push on the pavement, and I think that I know where all the money you saved went. You're spending all your dollars for a holler from the ladies. Your members only jacket coming straight out of the 80s. Like Sadie Hawkins say you're hoping for some fun. Well, just relax, shut up, sit back. I will show you how it's done. When I come on stage, it's to everyone's cheers. They've been waiting for years for what my mind engineers. My rhymes are so sharp inside your ear they will pierce. People call me Hadouken, cause I'm downright fierce. Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
I'm getting silly for real, B. You all know the dealie. So silly we will be. You with me? You feel me? Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
I said, let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
Getting silly for real, B. You all know the dealie. So silly we will be. You with me? You feel me? You know that I'll show that my flow is majestical. Hit you with a joke like a shot to the testicle. Now don't make a spectacle. Keep it restrained. Who am I kidding? Laugh like you're insane. I spend all day Saturdays just to watch Dead Alive and laugh till I vomit. I'm on it, Conan Noobs hardcore. Had a puppet on myself before Schaefer the Dark Lord. When it's about games, I'm coming hard like Battletoads. Down to your last nerves, you know I'll rattle those. Boo is how Cattle goes, is keeping it silly. Shooting off at the mouth, and my rhymes are willy-nilly. But that's okay, really. No need to be serious, cause just getting silly is first on the syllabus. Quote the Ghostbusters to eliminate stress.
When someone asks you if you're a god, you say, yes!
Live life by your rules, cause you're in charge. That's why this verse was 18 bars. Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
I'm getting silly for real, B. You all know the dealie. So silly we will be. You with me? You feel me more? Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
Let's get silly, y'all.
Let's get silly.
I'm getting silly for real, B. You all know the dealie. So silly we will be. You with me? You feel me? Thank you. That was a little offbeat because I can't hear the music. So we're changing that up here. I have a confession to make, folks. I found out recently that I am a Hufflepuff. The exuberance here makes me feel like this is the greatest AA meeting I've ever been to. Fantastic. So I thought, what better way to celebrate my newfound puffdom, because apparently that's a thing, than by celebrating it the least braggadocious house with a braggadocious old school 90s West Coast hip hop song. Because why the fuck not? This is sort of sing along too. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your fair self.
I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs.
Hey!
Rock on with your loyal self.
I rock on with myself cause I'm Hufflepuff. It's a Hogwarts house still kicking up dust. So let me loosen up my house robes and let me drop this near your earlobes. Cause I'ma break it down to the nitty gritty one time. When it comes to the spells, I get busy with mine. Don't mean to boast, I've come to roast every house, ghost, and wizard from coast to coast. Hufflepuffs ain't the ones to brag, son. They'll help you open up the egg of a dragon. Where the house is just as loyal, we're unafraid of toil, bound to foil, crab and goyle, and all they plan to spoil. Our emblem is a badger, often underestimated. We fight to protect, we're never intimidated. You mess with one of us and we'll test your luck, cause honey badgers just don't give a Hufflefuck. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your fair self. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs.
Rock on with your loyal self.
Hidden MCs with Expelliarmus. This disarming charm will leave them harmless. They're chimneys, we rustle, our magic's our muscle. Always trying to prove that you can't knock the Huffle. They say a Hufflepuff will make the best spouse. And we've never had a dark wizard come from our house. We're conscious smart wizards and we're down for whatever. We're better at herbology than potions would sever us. The clever us never fuss outside our grasp. We're so intelligent but get the B's in the class. We not be as clever as the others all along. We never even brag, well, other than this song. We don't need accolades, we always lose with grace. There's no such thing as shame for only getting second place. When it comes to wizarding, we're really quite mellow. Rep the house in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
I rock
rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your fair self. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs.
Rock on with your loyal self.
When it comes to the Huffle, we puffs know it's subtle. Never tell on a wizard if they might be half muggle. We're loyal and trustworthy, we'll help you in a hurry. Never worry, cause surely we'll defend you with fury. When it comes to parties, we know what's kicking. A Huffle party's bitchin', cause it's right next to the kitchen. We're itching for a good time, we're known to laugh and sing. And like the Muggle Spike, we always do the right thing. We'll defend to the end, Hogwarts friends, and bring the beats. and help catalog where to find fantastic beats. We'll finish every fight, but we're not known to start one. Maybe that's why they say our house is the smart one. We like games too, we're not all about business, though it'd be really nice if our house was good at Quidditch, whether seeker or keeper. It's always lots of fun, but we got 99 problems and a snitch is one. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your fair self. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your loyal self. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your fair self. I rock rough and stuff with my Hufflepuffs. Rock on with your loyal self. Thank you. I'm gonna change up something here real quick because I decided that I'm doing a different song because everybody else did stuff about video games, and I didn't. I planned not to do this song, and then I changed my goddamn mind. Because I'm allowed to do that. Hooray. So, for those of you not familiar with me, I have been called the Weird Al Yankovic of video games. And I keep telling my mom to stop saying that. But this is a thing that I really enjoy, but I don't just like the modern video games, although I do play the shit out of those. I also really like the old school games. I love Frogger. Everybody like Frogger? I'm a really big fan of Burger Time. Burger Time's really tough, it's really fun. But my favorite game is the only game in the world that you inflate your enemies to defeat them. So I decided that I was going to do a song about my favorite game. And what better artist to encapsulate the old school 8-bit feeling than Kesha? Sure, whatever. That's not that song, God damn it. I picked the thing. Here, go this. Head out in the morning going to the arcade. I fill my thermos with caffeine cause I just got paid. Got some change to play some games, but I ain't no fool. Cause the games I'm gonna play are straight
From the old school.
I'm talking Centipede's just a big maze. Galaga's just a space chase. Pole position's a car race. But these other games just don't thrill me. Mario's got Luigi and Pac-Man makes me dizzy. Won't stop till they pop. Gotta blow them creatures up. Today I'ma play. 1/4 is all I'll pay. A dig dug. I'm a thug. Mountain Dew inside my mug. Namco. Namco. Won't stop till they pop, or I crush them with a rock. Don't hate, I inflate till those things get blown away. A dig dug is my drug. Gotta pump up those weird bugs. Namco. Namco. And so I'm playing this game till 3:45. Ain't gonna stop the puka killing till I beat the high score. And now the nerds are lining up cause they hear I've got game. That's cause I practice every night on my downloaded MAME. I'm talking about everybody wants to turn, but these nerds can't handle sick burn. Been playing since I was a sperm. Not now, they're playing till they kick me out. Or the nerds just scream and pout. To the police they will shout. Popo, shut him. I won't stop till they pop. Gotta blow them creatures up. Today I'ma play. 1/4 is all I'll pay. A dig dug. I'm a thug. Mountain Dew inside my mug. Namco. Namco. I won't stop till they pop, or I crush them with a rock. Don't hate, I inflate till those things get blown away. A dig dug, I'm a thug, Mountain Dew inside my mug. Namco, Namco. You blow them up way underground. The music pounds when you're moving. If I hold still, I'll get them now. There is no sound till I move again. Against Vigar, he's the dragon. The flames they singe almost got me. With my air pump, I'll pump him up. I'll pump him up. Now the game don't end band till around 2:56. Won't stop till they pop. Gotta blow them creatures up. Today I'ma play. 1/4 is all I'll pay. Dig Dug, I'm a thug. Mountain Dew inside my mug. Namco. I won't stop till they pop, or I crush them with a rock. Don't hate, I inflate till those things get blown away. A Dig Dug, I'm a thug. Mountain Dew inside my mug. Namco. Thank you. And especially thank you to my not hired backup singer. That was freaking awesome. I have one last song for you guys, and then I'm going to get out of your hair because I'm sure you're tired of me just as much as I'm tired of me. And just as much as my voice is tired of me, because that's super fun too. This song is another sing-along song. I'm not going to tell you your part though, because you're sick of me, and you'll figure it out on your own. This is something that happens a lot. You'll get onto it, all right. Some folks recognize I'm the clown of the class, that I tend to be kind of a wise ass. I'm always quick to say something snappy. Making you laugh is what makes me happy, but there are times when I shouldn't speak. I know it's wrong, but my will is weak, and I think my friends would shove me in a creek to get this geek to shut his beak. I tend to often run off of the mouth, a verbal coffin, size of Brandon Ralph, that you're trapped inside and you can't get out, and so my friends feel the need to shout, just like my pal. His name is Kyle. I said something to make him smile. Shout from the aisle, that's just my style. But you'd think I did something vile. What Kyle said to me upon that fateful night is now repeated endlessly whenever I'm in sight. Shut up, Ian! That's what he shouts. Why he does it, I can't figure it out. Shut up, Ian! It's sad but true, but since he did, everyone else does too. Shut up, Ian! I don't mean to rant, but this seems to have become the brand new chant. Shut up, Ian! That's what they say. It's just a gentle phrase, but it ruins my day. As you can see, this bothers me a lot. You might think I'm being sensitive. I'm not, but you can't imagine how annoying it is to hear that phrase when I'm trying to whiz. At the grocery store, at the local mall. I hear it whenever my grandmother calls. It's enough to drive a person crazy. I hear it most often from my ex, the Stacy, when I'm on a podcast and talking aloud about my new song, of which I'm most proud. As I am speaking, I imagine a crowd all ready to shout it, but that's not allowed. I know when I speak, I am taking a gamble, because I have a tendency to endlessly ramble. This clearly leaves me emotionally scarred. Some folks may not say it, but they think it really hard. Every single day this happens. Why do this to me? My name's insane, but just the same, now I need therapy. Shut up, Ian. That's what you say. It's such a simple phrase, but it ruins my day. Shut up, Ian. It's sad but true. Why do this to me? I wouldn't to you. Shut up, Ian. You're making me sad. Why does everyone remind me of my dad? Shut up, Ian. I'm still in this song. No need to sing along. Here comes the bridge. Review the game. Shut up, Ian. This pasta is lame. Shut up, Ian. I think I fear ticks. Shut up, Ian. All songs have lyrics. Shut up, Ian. You're making me pissed. Shut up, Ian. I'm making a list. Shut up, Ian. Will Wheaton had me blocked. Shut up, Ian. Achievement unlocked. Shut up, Ian. This was starting to become an issue. I should have probably bought stock in tissues, but then something crazy occurred and changed the life of this small nerd. Instead of letting this affect my health and tearing down my social wealth, I put my pride upon the shelf and learned to just censor myself. Instead of rambling on and on, I'll stop myself from saying something dumb. I won't try to stop everyone, because you're yelling at me, but you're having fun. It's all okay. It's only feelings. I'm not deflecting. No, I'm dealing. This revelation has sent me reeling. I'll take it back with thunder stealing. Instead of taking history and trying to erase it, I think it might be good of me if I were to embrace it. Shut up, Ian. That's what you say to me? Foot so far in my mouth that I choke on my knee. Shut up, Ian. It's sad but true, but everyone says it, so why the hell not? Shut up, Ian. You might think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Shut up, Ian. That's the name of this song. I've stolen your thunder. No need to sing along. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Insane Ian. You can find all of my stuff at the various places over there, especially my music, which you can download at Bandcamp. Please do that, because I'd like the bus money back to Chicago. Good night.
give a big thank you to everybody who performed tonight. Noah Houlihan, Laura Prince, Joey Purse, Chris Barelick, Derek Williams, and of course Insane Ian. Thank you so much to everybody here. And I want to give a big shout out to MAGFest for continuing to support stand-up comedy here. But there's only one way in order to give a shout out to MAGFest. Beautiful. All right. Thanks so much for joining us over here at MAGLaughs. We know that you have a lot of choices in panels, and we are so glad that you decided to stick around in order for us to in order to see us here tonight. Be sure to give us a review on the MAGFest guest book. We want to go back and do this next year, so if anything else, we'd like to see how we can improve, what we've done right, what we've done wrong. You know, just if you need to provide criticism, just make it constructive, please. Coming up next in this panel room is Full Motion Videoke with Dodger of Zion. That'll be starting at 12:30. Let's see, was there anything else here? Be sure to stop by tomorrow's episode of MAGLaughs, which will be starting once again at 9 p.m. in panels 2, right next door here. But again, thanks so much. My name has been Farad Muhammad. And and one other thing. If you see any of the comics tonight, be sure that you say hello, and if you think that they did well, be sure to tell them how great they did. And if they didn't, you can leave that out. My name has been Farad Muhammad, and it probably will be Farad Muhammad. Thanks so much. Have a great time with the rest of MAGFest. I hope we will see you tomorrow. Good night.